Welcome back to the Retro Room, everyone. I'm your host, Roly. That is your co-host, Tony. And this is episode
What up?
30, ladies and gentlemen. You have been rocking with us for 30 episodes. Holy shit. Thank you all so much for sitting
Yes.
here with us and rocking with us and just going back in time and doing all this nostalgia stuff, man.
Yeah, man. 30 episodes. Who'd have thought? Less than a year, Roly. What do you think, huh? I think we're doing pretty good.
I believe the statistic is people tend to quit between 5 and 7 episodes. So we're just
way past that.
we're either like onto something or we're just very stubborn.
Yeah. I like to think of it as a little bit of both. And that's how, we're getting some traction with our followers. And again, thank you for those who are listening, downloading, however you're getting your podcast, watching on YouTube, however it is. We highly appreciate it. And you do not go unnoticed up in this Rolly's Retro Room.
Yeah. No, we funny because I sent you the listening like cities and stuff like that. And like we're getting like a bunch of like we got some places in like Brazil now.
Nice.
Some places I can't even pronounce. A lot of listens in California and Chicago. Chicago has a bunch of listeners. So all my Chicago people and people on the West Coast, in California, give us a follow, a subscribe, some comments, some reviews in the podcast area because we see you guys and you guys are coming back. So we appreciate you guys give us a little feedback. Again, on social media, I am Roly's Retro Room on TikTok, Instagram, and this is the YouTube. And Tony is Tony in Retro on Instagram. And if you guys want to reach out to us, we do have the email, Roly's Retro Room pod @gmail. You can send us anything you want there. You could send us a personal message if you want a shout out. If you want to send us pictures of your collection, like how I have mine, and I'll display it on here. Whatever you guys want, send it to us. We'll shout you out. We'll get you involved. This is everybody's retro. It's called Roly's Retro Room, but this is everybody's retro room.
That's right. And again, we want to share your man cave retro room, and we'll definitely put it up on here. And again, just email it. That's it, man. We'll share.
Yeah.
What do we got today, man?
Without further ado, let's jump into. I got some cool stuff. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh.
This is a really cool haul, and it's only one thing I actually personally hauled. Everything else, let's just jump in. All right. So real quick, the first thing for those who follow me on the social medias, you probably saw this already, but this is a complete. I can't believe I found it complete at a fucking Goodwill. Pokemon Monopoly.
Nice.
It had all the pieces, all the little like characters that you use to play on there. It had the money. It had all the real estate cards.
Nice.
Yeah. So I was like super like dumbfounded. I was like, oh shit. Like I opened them, like, all right, it says 6 metal tokens. Let's see. They are all there. It's all the starter Pokemons. Charmander, Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Pikachu, Eevee, and Jigglypuff. But then this right here, this is what I'm most excited to show you guys. And I gotta do it real quick because it's a lot. So a very good friend of mine, actually, he's a very good friend of the shows, and he's a good friend to you. And I believe you'll be displaying something soon too, maybe. He sent me a care package, bro. Like,
look
at the goodness of his heart. Like, look at all this stuff in here. So basically, I talked to him about collecting and turtles and stuff like that. And he's just, I sent him a picture. I'm like, look, I'm thinking about getting this a lot because I'm looking for soft head turtles. He's like, stop. He's like, don't fucking buy that. Like, stop. I got you. I was like, oh, okay, bro. Like, he's like, no. Just, I got you. Just shut up. I got you. I'm like, oh, okay. Whatever. We worked something out because since in what I do, I want to hook him up with something. So it's not like I scratch your back, you scratch my back. It's just like two collectors hooking each other up with their sources. So
yeah,
to show you real quick what I got here. So we'll go backwards. So first thing he sent me was this little baggie that has like a bunch of like weapons and stuff like that in it.
Mm-hmm.
Also in it was this Power Ranger wallet because he knows I'm a
look at that
crazy Power Ranger fan. And in the wallet he included this card set, which is Rugrats, like Nickelodeon stuff. Rugrats,
Very cool.
Doug, Ren, Stimpy, like
Very cool.
collectible cards.
Nice.
Then here we go. Now we're getting to the nitty gritty. He sent me all 4 soft head turtles with weapons. So
unbelievable. What?
Here we got Donatello, Raphael.
Oh my god.
And these are the ones I had as a kid because, like, again, soft head. Their heads are squishy, like they're rubber.
Right.
Then you go here. Here we go. The last 2. Leo and Mikey.
Oh my god.
Like,
dude,
they're so like when this came in, I was like so excited. Like so excited.
Dude,
then
man.
included a Power Ranger villain right here.
Look at that.
That's
beautiful.
And
beautiful.
Here is Toon Raphael. So you go here and you spin it, his head goes around.
Nice. Very cool.
And then I'll show you now the ones I was really excited for, but let me show you these. I was excited for all these. All these are great. Like, I love them all.
What a great set, man.
OG Shredder.
Oh man, those are hard. Those are hard to come by.
Yeah, like original there.
Yeah.
Splinter. Original.
Very cool.
And then Casey Jones. I never had a Casey Jones, and it sucks to say that because he's such a dope toy. Just the colors on him are sick.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's a great condition. Not bad.
And now these were the ones that I've been after for a long time. These are not expensive. People don't really go after these, but I had these growing up and I loved them to death. I like the faces on them and I like the unique design. So these are the Ninja Turtles that talk when you pull a ripcord.
Oh, cool.
It's the turtle on the front, obviously, and then on the back it has like a little speaker, but it's supposed to look like the sewer like cover.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We got Leo, Donnie, Donatello, and then Mikey.
Beautiful.
He's like, I'm pretty sure I have a Raph, but I can't find it. But if I find it, I'll let you know. So I can have the whole set. So here's the thing. We don't like the rip cords because you have to get literally a little stick, a rip cord, put it in, rip it through, and they talk. So the rip cords are actually the hardest thing to come by
because they get lost easily.
Yeah.
And would one rip cord work for all?
I believe so. But yeah, that was it was cool. Like when I got it, I was like super excited. And yeah, those turtles with the rip cords are hard to come by because essentially it's just a long plastic.
Nice.
And it's very thin and like you know how kids are, how we were in the 90s. Like we were just fucking.
You're probably chewing it.
Well, yeah, I don't doubt most kids. I mean, we were talking about the Nerf balls and how we're fucking taking a bite out of those things. These things, yeah, you can have it like in the corner of your mouth, just chewing on that thing, and then that turtle ain't talking no more. But yeah, that's what I got this week. I mean, nothing crazy. Cool. Not a big thrifting week for me this week. But that Pokemon Monopoly was freaking sick.
That is a great find because you never find a full set Monopoly set. Like there's pieces missing. It's like constant. Yeah. But the fact that you found a full set means it really probably wasn't played with that much. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's probably another collector or somebody that just really liked the Pokemon because I think that set came out like in mid 2000s. So
very cool find.
But yeah, man, those are my hauls. You got anything on your end?
No, not this week. Not this week. I was looking, but no, not this week. But I am after now that we saw one meme, the Batman Returns collector's cups from McDonald's. So I found something. Maybe I'll offer them. I don't know. We'll see. But I just saw the art and took me back. I'm like, wow, I remember those. Those were really cool.
That's the intro. We're gonna start the show off and take you guys back. So hop on in. Let's go. In the 90s, bro, we had some of the craziest play sets.
We did.
I'm talking about like not only did we have nasty, like dope ass action figures, but we had like these literally like play sets that we would play with these action figures. Now, here's a disclaimer: a lot of the ones we're name, well, the ones that we're naming today are from the 90s. They came out from 1990 and on. So
Yeah.
ones like the Ninja Turtle sewer set, the USS Flag, Castle Grayskull,
Yeah.
all those are not going to be on here because those were the 80s. We'll do an
Yeah.
80s one at some point. The ones we're going to talk about today are the ones that came out in the 90s. So we're going to do a top 5 toy play set of the 1990s. Let's go. The first one, and this is more of a like a personal one. We're not basing this on sales. We're talking about this. This is ones that Tony and I were just like, you know what? These are the ones I remember playing with, or I really wanted, or a friend had, or you saw like crazy like commercials for. So
Yeah.
our very first one, our number 5 is Van City from Micro Machines.
Yeah, man. This thing was insane. And it was ahead of its time because everything fit into this van. And you
Yeah.
just literally just popped it out, placed it down, and then like everything moved out. And then you had ramps and airports, and you had all these micro machines that you had to play with. It was really a really cool playset.
Yeah, I remember at the time, in the 90s was notorious for micro playsets.
Yeah.
So you had stuff like the Mighty Maxes, Polly Pockets. Then in that realm, they made Ninja Turtle ones that were like literally the turtles' heads, and it would open up. It was a mini playset. You had the Power Ranger ones where it was the Morpher. It opened up. It was a playset. Everything had a playset back in the day. These guys took it to the extreme because they're micro machines. They're the smaller versions of the race cars, but then their playset was huge. That van thing was like a freaking suitcase.
It was, yeah, and had a handle on it. You would just be able to like carry it around, and it's like, hey, you could bring it to your friend's house and be like, hey, let's play some micro machines. And let me tell you something. This was probably one of the best times because, again, we grew up without screens. You had to use your imagination. You're just like, all right, we're gonna make up stories. This is our town. What are we gonna call it? You know, and it was such a great playset. It really was. So
I mean, and the marketing for this thing, like the commercial for this thing was on all the time. You saw this, this commercial for that Super Van City, almost every commercial break when you were watching cartoons, like on Disney Afternoon or on Fox Kids and stuff like that, and Saturday mornings. Oh, hella on Saturday mornings.
Yeah, for sure. I'm definitely watching those cartoons. I would see this commercial constantly. I think this is probably the only playset I had, because they're probably a little more affordable compared to the other playsets that we're going to talk about on this list. But this one was probably the only one I did have.
That's your number 5, Super Van City from Micro Machines. Number 4 is the Spider-Man Daily Bugle playset. Yo, this thing is literally like a diorama. It's the Daily Bugle. You got the street, you got the building, and you get all your action figures. Yo, Spider-Man, I feel like when we talk about like toy lines, Spider-Man goes like under the radar. Like, Spider-Man has some sick action figures, and this playset, yo, this is up there with the top playsets.
Easily, for sure.
I didn't have this one. I had maybe like 2 or 3 action figures of Spider-Man growing up. I would get like a lot of hand-me-downs from my cousin. He would get Spider-Man toys like crazy. I was Turtles, Power Rangers all the time. So like I didn't see how to mix in Spider-Man with my Turtles and Power Rangers, but I did have a Spider-Man. I had a Green Goblin, and I had a Venom growing up.
Okay. So yeah, those things, you just didn't have the play set.
Because there was and mind you, like, if money wasn't an issue, I would have totally asked for that, because you could, while it is the Daily Bugle, you could play any toys on here. And remember, the Turtles were in New York, but
yeah, for sure.
But yeah,
and you got to mention, they have X-Men too. Like, we didn't, it's not on the list, but they have all these other Marvel and superhero ones too.
Yeah,
but this one, it was definitely a popular choice amongst kids our age at that time.
Your number 3 is the Power Rangers Power Dome. This is technically the command center, but I guess they couldn't call it that for some reason. But this one right here, I really wanted this one. I didn't have this one. And what I thought was cool about this was, yes, it was the command center. You have a bunch of little like play areas. You have the viewing globe. You got Zordon. Then the cool thing about this set is, so you got Zordon in the middle, you got the little command center part there, you got the viewing globe. But then you see that tube there in the back. I want to say it's to the left.
Yeah.
You put your flip head Power Rangers on there, and you would put them in their human form, and then it basically like you slide that up and it morphs them, like it flips the head for them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that is
so
really, that is really cool.
This is like a dope little play set. Like you would have this, then you have like the Rangers on the bikes, and like it was just another again, as big as the Power Ranger guys I was, I think just growing up play sets, yeah, like you said earlier, they were just like expensive.
They were.
And I could get away with asking for multiple figures, but the play sets themselves, because of the price point, like there's no way I could tell my mom, yeah, can I get like the command center? Oh, it's $50. Nope. But I'll get you the $10 action figure. All right, cool.
All right,
so
I'll take it. We're happy.
Yeah. I now that I think of it, I don't think I had any play sets. I had vehicles. I had action figures like crazy. I had some like weapons. Like I had the Morpher, the Blade Blaster. What else? Me and my cousin had all the weapons where you could bring them together.
Oh yeah.
So the power sword, power bow, power daggers, power lance, and power axe. But play sets, I didn't have it. But yeah, that's your number 3 play set right there. The Power Ranger Power Dome. Now, number 2. I'm gonna let Tony take this one, because this is all Tony right here.
Yeah, number 2 is probably one of the most impressive play sets I think you'll ever see that came out in the 90s. And it is no other than the Batman Command Center. It is something out of this world. You had Wayne Manor to the right, as you can see there, and then literally the Batcave on to the left, and it just kind of opened up. The Wayne Manor would open up, and then it would open up, as you could see, the Batcave in the back. And if you had the car, you could park the car right in there, the back car.
The Batmobile, that's the greatest Batmobile of all time.
It is. A lot of people say there's other stuff. I'm sorry. There's no other way that you can compare the 1989 Batmobile compared to all the other ones. There are other ones that are really cool, but that one for some reason stands out and is the most iconic.
Yeah.
And again, I had the Batmobile. I did not have the playset because, as you mentioned, they were very pricey, very, very pricey. And so it was one of those things where I was like, well, at least I have the Batmobile.
What else do you need?
Exactly.
Like, come on.
I had Batman and I had Batmobile and the Joker.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
That's all I needed.
And they made multiple versions of it, right? Like every time there was a new movie, they did a Batman Returns one. They did a Batman Forever one. I think they did a Batman Animated Series one.
Yeah, Batman Beyond.
Batman Beyond. Like, this, they did like different colorways of this exact freaking play set.
Yeah.
With whatever Batman was going on. I will say this though, as far as Batmobiles, the Batman Animated Series Batmobile is also dope because it's basically almost a version of that.
Yeah, exactly. And what I liked about that one, it had that Art Deco look to it from the animated series. So that one was another iconic playset. Also one I couldn't afford, or my parents couldn't afford. But yeah, definitely it's up there as far as playsets is concerned.
I find it funny that it's called Batcave Command Center. And Power Rangers Command Center is called the Power Dome. There must be something there with Command Center that couldn't be used.
Yeah, man, that's your number 2 right there. It's one of the most iconic play sets.
A lot of these play sets, if you see the box art or whatever, a lot of them have kids on them playing with the toys. But like so in this era now of like nostalgic toys being re-released, a lot of kids the toys don't have kids on them anymore.
So, I've noticed them.
And I'll give you a good example now coming. So that's your number 2. Your number 1 playset in Roly's Retro Room in the top 5 is the Technodrome from the Ninja Turtles. This thing right here was so badass. Like this was an assault vehicle that when it opened up, you have all these compartments. You have a jail down there where
Yeah.
you put the turtles. You have Shredder's like little computer area, and it has like a picture of a turtle on there. You have like a torture chamber where you like put the turtle and like you spin them. There's so many compartments on this, and the coolest thing about this, if you look at the front right there, the front
Yeah.
of the Technodrome connects to the sewer set, just like that.
Yeah.
It's so dope, man. Like it's so crazy. Like
What
they
a great
they
place
literally
set.
were thinking about, okay, this playset is gonna work in tandem with this playset, and it just goes. It's beautiful. It's just Playmates was just it's a great company for the Ninja Turtles, and the toys were awesome. It hurts my soul that the Playmates won't have them anymore. And I'm telling you
Yeah.
right now, I missed out because they did do a re-release of the source set, and I missed it out on Amazon, and it's not there anymore. I thought it would still be around,
Right.
and it's not. The Technodrome, you could still get it, but there's a reason for that. The crazy thing about like these re-releases, especially the Technodrome, was that they released it made by Playmates, but they made it smaller. And that was a huge disappointment to the collecting community. I actually have the re-release over here in the retro room down here. I never owned the original one. Again, I just said it and didn't have any of these play sets. So of course I had to get them for myself, right? And yeah, they made it smaller. The plastic isn't like the same material. It was just it was like a letdown. So a lot of people were concerned because like I said, they re-released the source set, but the source set came later, the re-release, and they made it to scale. The box for it was smaller, but they made the source set to scale. But funny enough, it still connects. Like the new Technodrome and the new play set, the new source set, they actually connect and work together. But yeah, this was kind of like a fumble on there, and I don't know if it was like cheaper just to make it with cheaper plastic and scale it down. This to us, we agreed this was our number one play set. Because of how you could just intertwine it with the source set and just all the stuff going on with it. The minute it opens up, you're just like, yo, like look at all these compartments.
Yeah. And it had and it rolled, right? Like it it was like a rolling thing. I think that's what for me made it number one. And I remember I'm a Batman fan. So it wasn't really hard to decide because you just look at this and you're just like, this one is just more iconic, more things to play with, and it's like it rolls, dude. And then you get to get connected to the sewer line. No, dude. It was like a no-brainer for me. I even told you, I'm like, dude, this is number one.
Yeah, we're talking Batman, about it. I was like, it's gonna look like a little biased, but we collectively ranked these and said, okay, no, the Technodrome is number one. Now we will do some honorable mentions. You have the G.I. Joe headquarters, which is just basically it kind of looks like the next one I'm going to tell you about, but it's it's like their station. You fight Cobra on there. You have the tower. Pretty dope. It's a dope playset. I just in the 90s already I had shifted away from the Joes. In the 80s I was hard G.I. Joe. Like that USS flag. A kid in my neighborhood, I wasn't friends with him, but he had it. They had money. And this thing was massive. That USS flag is right now like that's probably like the top playset of all time. But this one came out in the 90s. It wasn't it was cool, but it definitely didn't have the same like air as the USS flag because of the size and stuff like that. The next one was an honorable mention is the Jurassic Park.
Yeah. This one was another classic one. You had the wheels and the dinosaurs, and again, it was I don't know what exactly it was called. I can't see with this picture, but it definitely was another honorable mention one.
And it has the front gates of it. It has the tower and stuff like that. It has the fence that with the voltage. And I'm sorry, but Jurassic Park toys in the 90s were so hard. They went hard. With the dinosaurs and like you could like it has like a piece out like they were bitten and you can see the inside of them and stuff like that.
Yep. I remember.
They had what's the one that like the one that spits on Newman?
Oh, that's the Lophosaurus.
They had a toy of him that would squirt and stuff like that.
Yes, I remember that.
Nowadays, I think the Jurassic Park toys aren't really hitting as much. And those, when you go to Target, that's like the one toy section that's completely full. The last one we'll mention is the X-Men Danger Room. They had a Danger Room one. It was pretty basic, but still a cool idea. I did have some X-Men toys. Funny enough, I said I only had 2 Spider-Man toys, but I had some X-Men toys, and my cousin had a bunch of X-Men toys.
Yeah.
And we were mixing. Man, I remember it's like the Wolverine that you could slide up the claw, the Spider-Man, the Cyclops that he actually had the cap. He didn't have his hair out, but his you press the button on the back and it had like a little light bulb.
Oh,
And for
nice.
his lasers and stuff like that. Yeah.
1 watt in his eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, Danger Room. That's the last honorable mention. But yeah, man, that's your segment right there. Those were the top 5 Roly's Retro Room playset of the 90s. Let me know. Did you have any of these? Were any of these on your top 5? And what would you change? What's your top 5 playsets of the 90s? The 90s, not all 80s. Because obviously the source set and the USS Flag would have been on here if we did it of like all time. But
yeah,
let us know. What if I told you that in the 90s you were eating ice cream out of a toilet paper roll? Would you believe me? Trust me, you were. Because if you ever had a Flintstones push-up, that orange Flintstones delicious ice cream, I looked this up and they said that it wasn't, but it absolutely fucking was. Yes, and if you look at it now and you think back, you're gonna be like, holy shit, it is. So back in the day, we were eating those Flintstones push-ups. We were eating ice cream out of these toilet paper rolls. Now that it was coated on the outside to hold in the ice cream. I'm sorry, bro. I know a toilet paper roll when I see one. And if you look at this meme right here,
I can't unsee it. I can't unsee it, bro. Ever since you told me today, I'm like,
when I told you, you're just like, oh shit.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like that meme. They're like, the what?
It says right here, back in the day, we ate ice cream out of toilet paper rolls and didn't complain. We did it, man, because I'm not gonna lie, that ice cream was fucking fire, dude.
It was.
That orange one. They had other flavors, but the one that they predominantly had on like ice cream trucks was the orange.
For sure. Yeah. And you had to like take the stick, and every time you like ate it, you just kind of push it up little by little. Mm-hmm. Yep. And you had to eat it fast, otherwise it would melt.
Yeah. And then you're just drinking the rest of the residue out of it.
Yep. And
of course, then were you chewing on the thing on the inside, the part that pushes it up?
Yes.
Like once you're done with your toilet paper roll, you take the freaking plastic thing out and just start chewing on that thing.
There it goes again. Us 90s kids kept chewing on things, bro. I don't know what it is.
Maybe we're just trying to keep our teeth strong or something like that. Or maybe they were the teeth that we're going to lose anyways.
Yeah, exactly. We were just, again, chewing on Nerf balls, on the Ninja Turtle pull string, and now the insides of the push-up.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I wanted to give you guys a little heads up. We were eating ice cream out of toilet paper rolls.
It was a great time. It really was. And I'll never forget, like, you ate it, and it would make the outside of the cardboard really soggy, and every now and then you would like eat some like cardboard and like you had to like pull it out, bro.
Yeah. I'm telling you, you could look it up. It says, oh no, there was differences because the one for the ice cream was coated. Bro, shut the fuck up.
It was
a cheap way to do it. We ain't mad at you, bro. As long as they weren't recycled ones, we're good.
I think that's what I asked you.
You're like, wait, were they recycled ones? No, they were not recycled. Why does this Flintstones push-up have a little chocolate on it?
Like, this makes no sense, but okay, whatever.
But yeah, just a quick little tidbit. Yeah, you guys were eating ice cream out of toilet paper rolls. Enjoy. Yo, do you remember back in the day we used to go to the theaters? And I mean, up until recently, maybe like the mid to late 2000s, we were going to the movies and we were getting ticket stubs. And we were keeping those ticket stubs. I'm telling you, collecting and filling drawers with ticket stubs. I want to say maybe like maybe what 7 or 8 years ago, I had just about all my ticket stubs from all the movies I saw from like the late 90s to the 2000s. I still had my original Spider-Man ticket stub, and it was fading to the point where you could almost barely read it. But
Yeah.
nowadays, because everything's digital, and we mostly buy our tickets online. And hey, I'm part of that group now
Yeah.
because it's just easier. And like an idiot, we're paying like $5 in convenience fees. But
Yeah, we are. And it's kind of, I went to the movies the other day and I'm like, you go in and like the ticket stub window is like non-existent, at least down here. Like you go to
mhm,
the village and it's like it's not where are the people? It's completely blanked out. It's just kiosks on the inside. And yeah, you get kind of a ticket, but it's more like a receipt.
yeah,
It's more like a paper receipt. And I'm like, dude, I just miss like the hard, almost, envelope thickness of a
yeah,
ticket stub. And it just like it meant something. It says, I went to this movie. Here's my proof. It's like iconic. It was like a golden ticket for us.
yeah.
It really
And the
was.
the the crazy thing about it, it again ties to nostalgia. You let's say you open up that drawer and you see all these ticket stubs, and you're just like, man, I went to go watch this with like my homeboy, or I went to watch this with one of my ex-girlfriends, or I saw this.
Yeah.
Like it takes you to when you saw it. Whereas to now, I'm just like you have like the Regal app, and you're just like, oh, I saw all these movies, and just it's not the same because it still
Really isn't.
saves it. It's like a digital version of it. But
Yeah.
man, just have it. It was this was huge for me in the
Of
90s when I was
course.
in high school. Every time I went to the movies, I think my wallet at one point had all my movie stubs.
Yeah, same. I had
My,
a bunch of movie stubs in my wallet too, for
yep,
sure. And I remember I had friends that went on dates and it's like, oh yeah, I went on a date, and they'd write it on the back of the ticket stub. I went on a
yep,
date with so and so or whatever, and throw it in the drawer, and you like go back and just have a reminiscent of it, like you just said. That's just like it just brings you back to the memories of like, I remember who I saw this with.
yeah.
You write down his friend's name.
I had a girlfriend who made a scrapbook, and all her friends made scrapbooks of like who were they dating and stuff like that. And there was like a part where they made like a little pocket, and all the ticket stubs were in there.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, I got a shout out to AMC, Regal, all the theaters. Cinemark, please bring back ticket stubs and bring it back to the thickness that we
Make it a
once.
ticket, not a
Yeah,
receipt.
like a real ticket. Have the ticket guy rip it off, put it in the box, like really bring that back, because I bet you people would really enjoy that if they went back to the theaters and saw that. And then, bring back ticket counters, just let's do it. Or if not, just have it print out like a real ticket. That's what we want, like a real good ticket. We could continue collecting and throwing it in our drawers, bro. That's my
Yeah.
thing.
But yeah, man. Tickets, movie tickets. Did you collect your movie tickets? Did you save your movie tickets? Did you have that drawer filled with your movie ticket stubs, or were you putting it in your wallet? I want to say it was a guy thing back in
It
the
was.
day. We were just keeping the ticket stubs in our
It
wallets,
was.
right?
It was
I,
definitely a
I
guy
I
thing.
know I did that for a while, and to the point where like I couldn't sit with my wallet in my pocket anymore. So I literally had the little drawer next to my bed filled with all my ticket stubs.
Yeah, and I know I knew a couple girls that kept them in their purses. Like you would
Yeah,
like check out their purses and throw it in there. But yeah, it was definitely a guy thing to keep in your wallet,
yeah.
especially if it was like a really memorable movie. Like I remember my first rated R movie that I got when I was 17. I kept that in there. I believe it was Final Destination, from what I remember.
So let us know. Were you collecting your ticket stubs? Were you saving them, or were you just tossing them? It was nothing. It meant nothing. It's just a little piece of paper that had no nostalgia for you. I don't know. I definitely was piling them up. Let us know in the
Oh yeah,
comments what you think. Were you collecting them? Yeah, that's it. So in the late 90s, we definitely had like the craziest screensavers on our computers, right? So
yeah,
the one that probably everyone encountered with Windows was the pipes.
yeah. I think that
That
was one of my first ones for
that
sure.
elaborate like setup where it's just you had like all these pipes just like that right there. They were just like
Yeah,
filling the screen, coming out, all these multiple colors. And I mean, you don't think about it at the moment. You're just like, oh, it's just a screensaver, and you literally go and shake it. But now watching some of these screensavers, it's kind of like relaxing. Like the screensavers
it
now, if you
really
think about
is.
it, like it's like, oh, you just sit there and it's kind of relaxing, kind of like the DVD bouncing thing.
Oh my god, no, that wasn't relaxing. No,
Well,
it
because you wanted to go in the corner.
Everybody like, come on.
Yeah, but yeah, no, that pipes one, man, and I remember that one was super like in the school, all of the school computers had the pipes on them. So
and that was Windows 95, I believe. I mean, most of these are probably Windows 95, 98. Those
95 and 98, yeah. Which I think 98 was like probably like the peak of like the Windows software.
It was
in the 90s.
It really was.
Yeah,
it really was.
I think when 2000 came out, people were just like, nah, I want 98.
Yeah, everybody stayed on 98 for as long as they could because 2000 came out and like, what is this?
Yeah,
you know. But those screensavers, and I remember 95 was the Wolfenstein one, and I'm like, it wasn't really relaxing. It was like what it was. It would start button, and you go literally through brick walls. It was just like the Wolfenstein game.
It looked like Wolfenstein. Yeah, that I thought that's what it was at the time. It's not, but it's very reminiscent of it. But yeah, no, that one was just another one that like I believe like they all came preset, and you could just choose which one you wanted to play.
Yeah.
I did have that one on my computer, but never used it. But I did see it like at like school. It's just like the start comes up, and then you just go through like the level or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I remember that one. And of course, I think everybody remembers the fish one, the fish aquarium one. And I can't remember if that was Windows 98 or 95, but I do remember when I had the computer in my room, I would leave it on, and that screensaver would pop up, and it would have this beautiful noise, like this white noise of like an aquarium and bubbles going, just like you hear that below, you hear it below, and that would just like put me to sleep. And I think it put a lot of millennials to sleep. So
yeah, it's like that was the first like ambient noise that we were using to fall asleep to.
Pretty much. Like I'm telling you, if I had that on right now, I'd probably fall asleep because I was so like soothing.
And then at the end of the 90s, 1999, a movie came out that literally changed the computer world forever, and everyone had this screensaver, and that is the Matrix screensaver. We actually talked about this on another episode, but that Matrix screensaver, just when it became available, everyone downloaded
Everybody had it. I had it. You had it.
Had it.
Everybody had this screensaver. And I remember you had to like get it from a friend, and you had to figure out, how did you get it? How did you get it? Oh, you go to this website and you download it. Like it was like almost like a secret, but like again, it would pass it on. And
so what's funny is I believe like web pages were making it, and then finally when the Matrix Reloaded came out, they're like, no, we'll give you guys the official one, and you could download it directly from their website. But this is like 2000s already. But like before that, it was basically like bootleg versions, or maybe you could get it from the Matrix. I don't remember. I don't think it was the Matrix website in the night. Not when the first one came out. When in 1999, I don't think like those were official like from Warner Brothers. I think they were definitely bootlegs. But
I think they were definitely bootlegs for sure.
But then, once Matrix Reloaded came out, I know for a fact because I was trying to get that phone. Remember that phone that the thing slid up from the bottom? There's like a Sony Ericsson phone.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And they did hella promoting when Matrix Reloaded came out. I was trying to get that phone, and I had that screensaver, and I went to the website. I had a background from the website, and I downloaded the official like screensaver, and the glyphs are the actual glyphs from the movie. Versus, I think
and the one quality too, right?
Right, and versus the ones that we would get that weren't official, kind of just had like numbers, like changing and stuff like that, binary and numbers and stuff like that. But then when
they were still pretty good, they were still pretty good. Not to,
but then when the Warner Brothers and the Matrix people made their own, it had all like it had the numbers, the glyphs, and all that stuff coming down in green. And I think you could even like choose like what, like not the Matrix one, but like the other ones. You could choose like different colors if you wanted to for it to be coming down and stuff like that. That was just something like crazy because nowadays we don't really like, we have all these screens, but we're not doing screensavers on them. Like, what was that screensaver that you absolutely had that? Did you have the Matrix one? I feel like a lot of people had the Matrix one. Or were you just old school and letting those pipes just fill up your screen? Let us know. And welcome to the end. This is the last segment that we always close the show with, and it is memes of the week. Now,
Yeah.
These are memes that get sent to us from other pages by friends, family, maybe even some of the creators of the memes. We're actually pretty cool with now most of these pages that make these 90s memes, 90s, 80s nostalgia memes. So let's jump into the first one here. So the first meme reads 90s dream rooms. And basically, these are all the rooms that we all wish we had back in the day. We would watch these TV shows and be like, fuck, man, what? Like, that is a dope ass room. And to be honest, like, we had just square ass fucking, what, 10 by 10s, if that?
It's that, bro. These were like
If
dream
that.
rooms. Like this one right here, Home Improvement. Tim Allen creates this incredible room for his sons. Like, and I believe like it was like a bed, like there was like this and like this.
Yeah, it has like
and they had
steps that you can walk up to the bed.
Yo. And then he did it again. He did it again because Jonathan Taylor Thomas wanted his own room. So he got his room in the basement. And he had this like sick room in the basement. I'm like, yo, bro, come on, bro. Like, what a dream room. And that's up there, bro.
Yeah, here's some of the rooms, because this is a meme that has several pictures on here. So the first one is from Home Improvement, the boys' bedroom. Then you have this is your dream room right here. The Hey Arnold room with the skyline.
Bro, hands down, the number one room of the 90s for me is the Hey Arnold room. And it was his room spoke to him. That was him. And it was in the opening sequence. You go in and he had a remote control for like everything. The couch. And
it would like fold out.
Yeah, bro. And then he had the skylight. And you could like literally go on the roof through the skylight. It was, incredible room. Now, I didn't watch Sabrina the Teenage Witch, but apparently I guess this was an iconic room. So, I never saw this.
And the thing is with this one, like, it's just a really big room. And I watched Sabrina here and there. And I know, like, you know, I really don't know that much, actually. If you think about it. I saw it a few times. It's on here.
Sorry,
it was
people,
it's in the memes. It was listed with it. I just guess because of the layout, because it's a big. It looks like it's a really big room. Her bed's in the center. Bedroom. Yeah. So, but that's that one. What's the next one?
That was great.
Yeah, I didn't watch it that much. I saw it here and there. I know about the cat and Harvey and stuff like that. But all right, this one's a Fresh Prince. Actually, this was not. I don't think the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air's room was that crazy. That he had some graffiti in the back, and it wasn't big. Now, if you watch the new Bel-Air like show, they had they had Carlton's room and Will's room was pretty sick on that new one, but I think the Fresh Prince room was kind of basic, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was. It definitely was. The next one is, got to give it to Full House, bro.
The Full House room was pretty decent. It was, again, it's just these rooms had a lot of space.
Yeah.
So I think that's one of the things. The window with like you could sit right there.
Yeah, the bay window for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's dope. That it's kind of like you could sit on it. I think it has drawers under it, and that's dope. But I mean, especially where we grew up, like nobody had anything like this.
Zach Morris.
Well, so Zach Morris's room, I think, was one of the rooms I wanted to have early on as a kid. I was like, it was big. He had a bigger bed. I had a single bed, and I shared a room with my brother, so we had two single beds. The posters in his room, he had a Paula Abdul poster. He had like a car poster. He had a walk-in closet. He had that big ass window that Screech would come in every once in a while. So I just liked, again, I think one of the big things about these rooms that we liked so much was the style, the layout, but it's just how much space they had in these rooms versus an actual like realistic room that a kid had. Is like, no, you're putting a bed and maybe a computer desk in there. And the TV in front, and that's it. Like there isn't that much walking room.
Yeah, you figure your friends are coming over. You guys are like cramped up. In realistic lives, bro, you guys are like, sit over here. Let's just get away. Yeah, just try to make space. You know, the clear shit explains it all.
Yeah,
room. Like
what I like about hers is Kind of reminds me of Zach's. It's kind of like the same, similar layout, except she has that part of the, like, I guess the roof coming down.
Yeah.
So she has that thing that's like it's angled, that she has poster. I always thought anybody that had like a room where like the ceiling or is like coming like at an angle and you could just put posters on it and decorate it. I mean, what were we doing in our rooms? We were putting fucking glow in the dark stars on our fucking roof and shit like that, putting like Christmas lights in our rooms before there was like neons and LEDs and stuff like that. The black light craze when we'd go to Spencer's and get those posters that when you put the black light up, it would freaking like light up.
That's right. It had the felt. Remember that you have it? Yeah, it would have the felt, and you know, I remember I had one. It was "Have a nice day," and it was the happy face, and he got shot in the head. And I put a black light underneath it. Yeah, but again, this was another iconic room. You had Sam, who would literally, you hear the ladder go, "Hey, Sam,"
and then the guitar.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And he would just climb up in the ladder. I'm like, bro, have you ever used the door before? Like, just use the damn door. And not to mention the alligator.
Those are some iconic bedrooms from the 90s, maybe 80s, right? Because I think Saved by the Bell was 90s. But yeah, let us know which one of these rooms was your favorite. Which one did you want? Tony already called it. The Hey Arnold was his room. We've talked about this several times. That he brings up that Hey Arnold room all the time. I'm not gonna lie. It's probably the dopest room on here.
I wonder if anybody's really created it in real life.
They have.
They have.
I'll send you the link. There's a guy, I think it's in South America. He's recreating that room like one of one.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
I would love to, bro. He made an Airbnb out of it, bro. He'd make a killing with us 90 kids.
All right, our next meme. This is 100% facts right here, and we talked about this in our cereal episode. Corn Pops from the foil bag just hit differently. 100%. We talked about this on our cereal episode. I said you could literally grab that fucking bag of Corn Pops, take it to your room, and just eat that straight out the bag. You didn't have to get a bowl of milk. Now, it tasted great in a cereal bowl with milk and stuff like that, where you poured the cereal first and then the milk.
Yeah.
Not for sure how the psychopaths do it. And I mean, you're raising one now from what you told me, so you need to correct that, my friend.
I saw him, bro. Let me talk about this for a little bit. I was just doing my dishes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm hungry. Get a thing of Fruit Loops," and I'm like, "Okay." I'm like this. All right, cool. You know, go get some, and then I'm looking. I'm like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Did you just pour the milk
about it?"
And we just talked about this. We're like, did you really just pour the milk first? Oh yeah, so I could lay on top. I'm like, what are you talking about? You barely get any Fruit Loops when you do that. You get all milk. You just see this bowl. This bowl was like almost to the top of milk, and then like sprinkled cereal. I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, yo, I told him we just talked about this in the podcast. There's a right way and a wrong way to do this. And what you're doing is the wrong way. So, well, I like this way. And even like my wife chimed in and was like, yeah, you're supposed to put cereal first all the time, David. So like,
and then you wonder, like, man, we're always running out of milk before we run out of cereal.
That was so true. I'm like, yo, where's the milk?
We're always out of milk, but fuck, this cereal box is full.
Exactly, bro. And then I look in the sink and there's a bowl full of milk. I'm like,
bruh.
Like,
but dude. Yeah. So back to the meme. This 100%. Like I'm telling you, Kellogg's Pops. Just you don't need to eat it like a traditional cereal. It's in that foil bag. It literally just felt like a snack. Like you could just go. I remember whenever we had this, maybe 40% of the time I would eat it as a regular cereal with milk. The other times I'll just walk outside, grab it, go in my room, and just eat it like that. Like it was like popcorn or some shit like that.
As far as we're concerned, it's not in the foil bag anymore, right?
I don't think it is. I haven't bought that cereal in years. I want to say,
you know what?
Teenager.
I'm gonna go this week. I'm gonna buy one. I'm like, I'm gonna buy one. I'm gonna see if it's in the foil bag. I'm gonna
Yeah.
do like a little reel on it. But again, this is one of the few cereals you could eat like chips, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Like, I want a snack. No, just get some pops. My dad
Yeah.
was iconic for it. But yeah, man. And that one came from 88 Mile Podcast, right?
Our homeboy, which
Yep.
also has a dope retro podcast. You should definitely be checking out his podcast. The next one says kids today and their slime, while us 90s kids grew up on this GAC. Bro, do you
Oof.
remember GAC? Nickelodeon
Oh,
GAC?
I remember it very well. I remember I was like, yeah, I want that. I want to tell my mom to get it. And we got it.
Yeah.
No problem.
So what I like about the GAC is, I mean, we were watching Double Dare, Figure It Out, all these shows that kids were getting slimed on. And Nickelodeon is like, all right, let's package this shit and sell it.
Yes.
And they
so
did.
they did. Yep.
Remember the funny thing is the version of like there was a version of GAC in the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Ivan's Ooze.
Ivan's Ooze. Yeah.
It was basically this shit. But
it was.
GAC was so fucking dope. I believe you could like put it on like a newspaper and it would like copy it, right?
No, that's Silly Putty.
That was Silly Putty. Okay,
that was Silly Putty. Yeah.
But this that was gooey and it was sticky, and then you could like push it into the actual plastic container and make fart noises.
Yes.
I remember I had orange and green. Actually, like funny thing is we're looking here and the green one's not even present, but I had orange and green. And do you remember Nickelodeon Solar GAC?
Was that the one that was glow in the dark?
It would change colors when you would put it in the sun.
Oh no, I never had that.
Yeah,
I didn't even know they had that.
That one came later, and the only reason why I remember the promotion, like the commercial was like Nickelodeon Solar GAC.
Nice, very nice.
But nice. Yeah, the GAC, bro. When this thing came out, we all had it. We would take it to school, and of course, what were we doing? We were just like pushing with our thumbs into the little container and making that fart noise.
Yes,
constantly. Every single time.
Just
what? So the meme says kids today and their slime. What slime? What the fuck is that talking about?
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking. I guess there is an abundance amount of slime, and like today, because I did it with my daughter, it's all about sensory play and like feeling things and stuff. So a lot of moms and stuff would create their own like slime and create their own type of thing. Again, we had this was packaged. Now, granted, it was slime, but it wouldn't ooze out. You could literally like pack it up and put it back in and play with it later. I thought that was pretty iconic. It didn't like really stick to anything, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But like kids nowadays, it's like kids nowadays, the slime is like Ivan's Ooze, where it like literally drips down and gets on like everything. That's how the slime is nowadays.
Gotcha. But yeah, man, I definitely remember GAC. Had GAC. All my friends had GAC. You had GAC. Let us know. Did you have Nickelodeon GAC? What color Nickelodeon GAC did you have? Do you remember Nickelodeon Solar GAC? Am I the only one that remembers this? Let us know.
All right. This our last meme of the night is pretty iconic, and I think it's very true to us. For us Miami people, when we went to Santa's Enchanted Forest, we would go on this ride called the Gravitron. Do you remember that one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember. And I have a story, but read the meme for everyone.
So I'm going to read the memes for those listening. I'm starting to think that back in the day, our parents didn't really care if we died. And it just shows a bunch of kids on the Gravitron stuck to the wall, upside down, like that. And for those of you who have been a Gravitron, you know what it's like. It spins and it literally just kind of stucks you on the wall.
The G-forces have you pushed against the wall.
Exactly. And you can go upside down.
And then those panels start going up and down. So when you're in there, you're like lifting your hand. So your hand like slaps your friend. Some of us would try like walk in there.
I know some people, my friend Dennis would go upside down. He would literally like go upside down and he would be stuck to the wall. Yeah. And so
here's the crazy thing. All right. So there in Miami, it was called the Gravitron. The Gravitron. Gravitron? Yep. For gravity. Gravitron. Okay.
Yeah.
And this thing it was a very popular ride until remember the year when I tell you 2 days before those panels flew off and those people flew out and they died, right?
I can't remember if they died or they
I
got
don't know if they
really
died
bad
or
injury.
they got really messed up. I think
Yeah.
somebody died. 2 days before that happened, I was on that ride.
Oh, no way.
2 days before that happened, me, my high school girlfriend, and a bunch of my buddies, we were at the fair. I was with Chris. Chris and
No
Alex.
way.
We were at the
No way.
fair doing our thing. We're doing the drop of fear, and we went on here and we were just eating crap, spinning around, trying to walk. The person in the center telling us to sit down. And bro, when we saw that on the news, that like two panels came off and some people flew out, I think somebody died. I was just like,
Wow.
yo, that we were just there. Like
That's
never
crazy.
again. I was like 18, 17 or 18. Never went on that shit again. Even I don't care.
Yeah. After that, I don't think we've ever seen it at the fair since then.
I've seen it. It's still
It's
there.
there? Really?
I've seen it at other fairs, but I think it's more controlled now. I don't think they go as fast
Ah,
because
okay.
but they go just fast enough where you feel the forces and you're like against the wall, but not to the speeds that it's going like
Bro,
back
they
in the
went
day where
fast
you're
back
like
then.
stuck
Like,
to
you
it.
couldn't even, like, you just stir.
Yeah.
Your friend,
But
yeah.
yeah, my guy, I'm telling you, like I was like like stuck in my own place when we saw the news. Mind you, there was no Instagram, no social medias or anything like that. It was literally on the news. Like I was there sitting, I think at my grandma's house, and it was like the Spanish news and noticiero on Univision, and it's like today tragedy where fair ride goes wrong or something like that, and it just shows the gravitron, and then you see like the 3 or 4
The whole
panels
hole
missing,
gone. Yep.
and I
There's
was
a
just like,
gigantic hole.
and I look at my grandma, I was like, I was on that 2 days ago, and she's just like, don't tell me that. I was like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
I'm sure.
back to the
But
meme though. Yeah, no, we were definitely risking it back in the day, going on all these crazy rides. And I mean, not to talk shit about fairs. If I go to a state fair, I'm mostly going for the food now. I'm not riding shit at a
yeah,
state fair.
same.
Maybe bumper
No.
cars. And I'm playing games.
Yeah,
I'm
or
doing the
slides.
3-point shot. I'm
Yeah.
doing the
Yeah.
basketball. I'm doing the
Yeah.
freaking water gun thing. But rides, I don't trust those rides. I don't trust
Yeah.
fair rides. I A theme park, I'll do a theme park. I've done theme parks. I love theme parks. But at a fair, nah, man. I'm there for the food. I'm not fucking with no, especially at my age now. I'm not fucking with no rides.
Yeah. No, definitely not. Definitely there for the food.
And that's it. Those are your memes. Let us know. Were you riding the Gravitron? Was it called the Gravitron when you were on it? That thing that spins so fast that you get stuck to the walls? Let us know. Or did you guys have some kind of crazy tragedy with this thing? I mean, it's not fun, not a funny thing,
Yeah.
but it's just crazy to me that like I was on it 2 days before that
Yeah.
happened, and that it's just how crazy and how random fate is for that stuff. But
For sure.
let us know. And that's the show, everyone. I hope you guys had a blast. This was another awesome nostalgic ride. I know I say it after every episode, but hey, what can I say? It's nostalgia, bitch. And that's what we
Yeah.
do here. We just bring back all those memories. You know what? Somebody pointed out, and I have to stop doing it, and I have to figure out another sign off. I gotta stop saying keep it retro. Because Will Walk says it on Super Retro Podcast, and
Did not know that.
I normally didn't get to the end of their episodes, and then recently I would listen to it all the way to the end, and someone's like, "Oh yeah, you have this. You say the same thing that Will says on Super Retro." I was like, "Oh, okay, damn it." So I don't want to take anybody's sign off. So I'll come up with something else, but so keep it nostalgic, everyone. Nah, that sounds whack, but we'll come up with something. But anyways, everyone,
Later, retro
thank you
heads.
for thank you for joining us. Thank you for chilling with us and taking a ride down memory lane. We appreciate every single one of you that is listening, that is watching, that is engaging with our reels. To all of our nostalgic pages out there that we we work with and we like get your content, you guys share and stuff like that. We appreciate all of you guys, all the new followers, like everyone. We just appreciate every single one of you. If you want to reach out to us or you want to follow us on any of our social medias, that is Roly's Retro Room on Instagram and TikTok and YouTube. And he is Tony in Retro on Instagram. And if you want to reach out to us, send us some emails or send us, you want a shout out or send us some pictures of your collection or of like how you used to look or dress or your room back in the day. Like I just posted a picture of my room when I was like 16 and that shit was crazy. The email is Roly's Retro Room Pod at Gmail. And yeah, shoot us a line. Let us know what you think of the show. And last but not least, if you are listening to us on any of the podcast sites, Amazon, Spotify, Apple Pod, any one of those places, subscribe, write some comments, give us some stars, give us a review. It helps the podcast grow and lets other people know that this is something cool, something fun that they could partake in. But with that being said, everyone, we appreciate you all. Y'all be safe out there and, you know, keep it nostalgic. It's horrible.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah, we'll try something. Later.